Hi everyone, it's Chelsea here from St Albans Library. Today I want to talk to you about some junior graphic novels that I've read that I loved, and I think that your young readers will love too. At the library we have a comics and graphic novel section. The ones that I'm going to talk about today are from our junior collection, so we have some that are written especially for younger readers, and you'll find those in our junior collection. These ones that I'm talking about today are for middle grade readers, so like from 8 to 12 and a little bit older. Now I often hear from parents that maybe they don't want their kids to be reading graphic novels or comics. They think maybe they're not challenging enough or it's not proper reading, but I can assure you, especially with these ones that I'm going to talk about today, they're just as great as any novel. The character development and the sophisticated language and ideas that are talked about, it is proper reading, and they're just as good as any novel, really. The good thing about graphic novels is that they're accessible to a lot of kids. So yes, the kids who might be a little overwhelmed with the thought of reading a really long book with lots of text can easily get into graphic novels, but even for your more advanced readers or your confident readers, the storyline and the characters are just as relatable and just as good. This one is called Sisters. It's by Raina Telgemeier. Now, she's a bit of a rock star in the world of graphic novels and kids publishing in general, really. These are so popular. This is like a companion to the first one, which is called Smile. I don't have that one with me because it's out on loan right now. But this is about, these books are sort of semi-autobiographical. It's about Raina and her younger sister Amara, and this story takes place when they're going on a family road trip. You'll just fall in love with Raina in this book and in Smile, and then there's also another one called Guts, which is great. It deals with anxiety, which is really fantastic. But like I said, you just fall in love with Raina and her sister. Basically, on this road trip, they go through all of the usual sibling squabbles, growing up in a big family in a small house, and it's really funny and really moving as well. Like I said, you'll definitely fall in love with the characters. All of her books are so great and so relatable and really funny as well, so I definitely recommend these ones. For people who are as old as me, you'll remember the Babysitters Club from the 80s, and Raina Telgemeier has actually made graphic novel versions of the first 4, I think. She's done the first 4 Babysitters Club, so that's really exciting. Okay, the second one that I want to talk to you about is this one. This is Roller Girl. It's by Victoria Jamieson. Now, these ones are all American, the ones I'm talking about, but again, another fantastic coming of age story. Astrid in this story is 12, and she and her best friend Nicole have been doing everything together since they were little. This particular year, Astrid wants to go to roller derby camp, but her friend Nicole wants to go to ballet camp. So it follows her adventures as she tries to find her identity on her own, and also try to make new friends and figure out how she fits into the roller derby world. So this one is really fun as well. Really relatable friendship drama, you know, figuring out who you are and where your place is in the world. And this one particularly is against the backdrop of the roller derby, which is something that's really cool and maybe something that the kids haven't had much experience with. So this is another fantastic one. And the third one that I want to talk to you about is this one here. This one is called The OK Witch, and it's by Emma Steinkellner. Make sure I say that right. So this one is maybe a little bit older. This one is about Hush, and she's 13. She's into all things witchy. She loves Halloween, sounds a bit like me. And then she discovers that in fact she is half witch. And the small town that she lives in has a history of witch trials, and her family is right at the center of that. So this one is great. Again, it's another sort of coming of age story, finding out your identity, and you know, school and friendship dramas. This one has the added bonus of having a bit of a spooky, witchy vibe to it. It's not very scary, but it is a little bit scarier than some of the others. Someone described this one as Sabrina the Teenage Witch meets Roller Girl. So if that appeals to you, then I think you'll really love this one as well. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so that's it. Junior graphic novels. I've made a list of some other great ones that we have at the library, and I'll link that down below. I'd love to hear your favorite graphic novels. If you've read any, if you can recommend any, and I'll see you next time.